Hi, welcome back to the Energy Soup of the Week for August 10th through 16th. We're going to start off with the transits for the week, which is part of the Energy Soup that we're all swimming in as a collective, and it'll affect all of us together, but also affect us in our individual lives. And so the big thing on the plate this week is the total solar eclipse at 20 degrees Leo. It's on Wednesday, August 12th, peaking at 10:46 Pacific Daylight Time. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. New moons are opportunities to set new intentions for the next lunar cycle, and eclipses expand that cycle out to 6 months to a year. This one being on the south node, this eclipse speaks of new beginnings through letting go of old habits, patterns, relationships, and circumstances that impede our growth. Self-centeredness is out. Authenticity by shining our true light for the uplifting of all and benefit of the greater good is in. At the same time, we have a T-square in the cardinal signs with Venus at 5 degrees Libra, opposite Neptune at 4 degrees Aries, and on the opposite, and then square Mars and Ceres at the initiatory 0 degrees Cancer. This opposition asks us to weigh what we honestly value in relationships against the disillusion of delusion, while at the same time activating newfound confidence in clarified, solid pathways to manifest what seemed only a dream into the 3D. The square with Mars and Ceres creates tension to give energy for fresh action from a place of protection and compassion. Energy for building a safe, nurturing home space for the inner processing and growth of ourselves and those that we care for. We also have a grand trine in air. Venus at Libra, 5 degrees, Uranus in Gemini at 5 degrees, and Pluto at 3 degrees Aquarius, temporarily partnered with Juno, reaching back into the anaretic 29th degree of Capricorn. This trine enables flow between the value of art and the beauty we see, the innovation of language, communication, technology, and networking, and the visions of future societal transformation through committed, mature partnerships built with solid foundations. On top of the eclipse transits, we also have the Lion's Gate portal, which we have been in for the last week or so, and peaked out just over this last weekend on the 8th. The Lion's Gate came into our modern awareness through New Age popularity, but goes back into the ancient Egyptians. They honored this yearly occurrence, which coincided with the flooding of the Nile, bringing fertility to the land. The ancient Egyptians revered Sirius, the fixed star, in many ceremonies and rituals. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, located in the constellation Canis Major. It is also referred to as the dog star. Sirius is the sister star to our sun in a binary dance. The Lion's Gate portal opens as Sirius emerges into Earth's sight after annually being obscured by the sun. It begins when our sun reaches 15 degrees Leo, peaking on the 8th of August and closing on the 12th with the eclipse. In numerology, the Lion's Gate calls to the number 8 as the sign of infinity lying on its side. The date 88 brings in the angel number 88. This angel number signifies approach of great positive change and opportunity in money, health, personal development, and recognition of hard work. It also cautions to persevere in strategic management of resources toward long-term stability. As a farmer, this is the time of year when the bounty of the fields comes in, and we put away our food that's so abundant now for winter time. We chop the wood to be warm towards the winter. It also is a good time for contemplating appreciation around our journey into human consciousness. So as we enjoy the abundance of these long, hot summer days, we navigate the crumbling of the old and daydream the new into the real. It reminds me of a line out of the Fantastic Beasts stories. Isn't it funny how historic days seem so ordinary when you're living them? These times ask us to stay in integrity and keep stepping towards where curiosity leads. Don't worry about exactly where it's going or the details of getting there. Life gives us everything we need. Embrace this Leo energy by shining your true light and uplifting all around you. The smallest drop in the pond can have an enormous effect. We don't always see where our ripple lands. So now for the collective cards portion of our energy soup. And I pulled 3 today, and we've got the Temperance reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and Justice. So with these cards, I see in the middle we've got the King of Swords reversed. I feel like this is the big you-know-who. We probably know who that is in our collective, but that could also be a you-know-who in our lives. It is a big narcissistic energy. It's somebody who is very critical, very stuck in their heads and the way they think that things should be, very critical of everybody else who does not agree with them. And they create a lot of chaos. The Temperance card reversed really refers to not being able to have balance throughout all of the tumult that happens in the world. And I feel like the king's body is turned towards the chaos and but his head is turned towards justice. To me, this is about the king leaning into and has been paying attention and putting all his focus into the chaos that I believe he has created and watching it. And meanwhile, Lady Justice is starting to gain his attention. I feel like another part of the interpretation of these 3 cards is when I wanted to point out also is the sun over the king's head. And this being the time of Leo, which is ruled by the sun. But it's also about, being the star and being out in front of everybody. And this being, because it being a reverse card, of being a very self-centered version of that energy. It's all about me. When I look at the Justice card, I feel that with the sun, it is about the time of Libra, of weighing out the different possibilities and weighing out everything involved to make things fair. And I feel like right now in the time of Leo, at this time of year, we're looking at Lady Justice is seeing the King of Swords and all the chaos associated with him. And it's still to be determined of what is on the other side. And so I feel like we're at this time where it's like we see what's going on, but what's going to be done with this whole situation? So I feel like that's part of where we're at as a collective energy. So this refers to everything we're witnessing in the world, but it also refers to what's going on in your own life. Is there a you-know-who in your life? Are you being a you-know-who in your own life? And so this is the time to examine and weigh out where are we at with all of this, because it's coming out what we're seeing on this side of things. and it will be determined of what's going to be happening on this side of things. So that's the collective part of the reading with the transits and the collective cards. I'm going to be doing the elemental readings from this point on, and everything will be time stamped so that if you want to watch multiple parts of this reading or the different elements, that you'll be able to skip this first part. So you can check that out. And then also, if you are appreciating these videos, please give a like, a subscribe. I'd love to hear how any of these things are hitting for you in your own life. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be able to bring these readings to you. So thank you. On to the next. Okay, water signs. So we're going to do the 3 gifts spread again this week. And the middle card, represented by the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, is the gift of where we are right now. What's going on in the world for ourselves as water signs. I am a Mars in Pisces person, so that's my personal connection with the water signs. Actually, I have a few planets in Pisces. So, oh, we've got the 10 of Cups. Isn't that beautiful? So, water signs, in a happy place right now. This is kind of the happy ever after card. So this is about feeling well partnered, of being in a happy place in your home space, your work space, your friendship space, your partnership space. This is beautiful. I love seeing this. Happy, happy, happy. Love that. So the next card we're going to look at is the card which represents the energy that is the gifts from the universe coming in. The universe has always got things lined up in the pipeline for us based on the frequencies that we're putting out and bringing back in. It gets reflected back into us. And so this is represented by the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. Okay. So we've got the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups, this could be about, again, you know, another great Cups watery sign. So this could be people, relationships, memories coming back. You may find that there are people, relationships coming back and getting back in touch with you, of good memories to draw upon that are helping you to feel good. This is another beautiful card. I really love seeing this for the water signs. I feel like this is going to be a big support of things in the past coming back and supporting you emotionally going forward. This is beautiful. Love seeing that. So in the gifts of the energies flowing away from you, this is the energy wanting to be let go. So it's a gift to someone else, to the greater good, or a gift to yourself in forgiving and allowing something to fall away without sadness, regret, resentment, judgment, attachment. And it's represented by the Rock and Roll Tarot by Vicki Verley. So let's see what we got here. So we've got the 8 of Swords. So, you know, this is all about getting stuck in your own head and being a prison of your own fears and thoughts. And so this is about just getting stuck out of your anxieties about what could be, what is, what used to be, and just stepping out of that. You'll see that she is blindfolded, so she can't see what that she's just surrounded by her own fears. She's bound, but she's not bound by her feet. She can walk right through there. And so it really is suggesting that this is all just thoughts and fears that are keeping you stuck. So it's about letting go of those anxieties, letting go of those ideas. And I feel like, right now, of being in such a good place, this is really beautiful. What a great energy of utilizing this summertime Leo space. This eclipse is just a really great thing, allowing for you to be able to let that stuff go and bring in these energies from the past. I feel like this is going to really be supportive in helping let go of this anxiety, whether these are people and relationships that you've had from the past. They may be people that they were there and can help calm that. Hey, you're blowing things out of proportion. Let it go. And so I feel like this is such a supportive energy. It's in your same element, bringing through to help calm your mind. And so allow that to happen. Allow yourself to walk out of those fears and put that down. So I'd like to, this is all really like so positive, and I feel like just letting it go is going to be the biggest thing. And I feel like we've got the who here, and he's looking up towards these fears and keeping you stuck in your head. And I feel like that's whatever this who is in your life, be it the big who that we're all dealing with, or the who that's in your life. It could be the who that you may be exhibiting, and just letting that go. It's usually this kind of personality and this behaviors comes from being in fear and through being very inwardly self-critical of oneself, and so thus on everybody else. And so let that go. Let that go. And so I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards just to be supportive cards for navigating all of this for this week of the eclipse. And so this is the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle deck by Vicki Verley. And so we're going to pull. We've got the wolf. This came out earlier too. So this really speaks to cultivating and nurturing that wild side. It says, wild spirit of the wilderness, impeccable instincts draw your path, needing freedom to roam far and wide, embracing the interdependency of life. So this really is about getting out of your head and embracing that wild part of yourself, giving yourself wiggle room to be able to free things up. Often when we're self-critical, critical of others, we're really not giving ourselves or anybody room to move. And therefore we feel stifled and suppressed and oppressed. Impeccable instincts draw your path. Learning that you really do have the wherewithal to be able to know that you're going to know what to do and when to do it at the right time. This is something that we all have within us, and really you're in such a great space right now, and calling in whoever and whatever situations and whatever memories these are that are going to come in and support you. I just see this being, just give yourself, point your direction, your compass towards allowing that part of yourself to flow. Water needs to flow. If it's bottled up, it gets stagnant. Needing freedom to roam far and wide. Absolutely. Embracing the interdependency of all life. And so, water is essential for all life. It is really important for that watery nature of yours to flow and cleanse and nurture and hydrate everything around you. So don't get yourself stuck so in your head and in that airiness that dries everything out. And it's about allowing yourself to be able to flow and give yourself that wiggle room. I think that's really important. So the other card I have is by Sherilyn Darcy. It's the Flower Petals. I enjoy giving some voice to the animals and the plants. I feel like we humans have a tendency to be very stuck in our heads. And sometimes all that logic and overthinking gets us into trouble. And so the flowers, which really need water, we have Lisianthus. And Lisianthus says, gratitude and grace always look lovely on you. So this speaks of going into gratitude. I find that that is one of the most practical advice for any kind of imbalance. It is about looking around and seeing what is good, what is working, what do I have to give thanks for, to get into that space of opening your heart and opening your emotions of feeling good. And that really is one of the best ways to get out of that anxiety. And gratitude and grace always look lovely on you. So do something for yourself. Make yourself look good. That's another element of air that is, the air signs like to look nice. And so do that for yourself. Nurture that side of your airy side of yourself, of bringing in beauty to your world and making things look nice. And that is going to help hydrate that part of yourself and help bring that emotional feeling good to your space, and allow yourself to walk out of this self-made prison of fears and just being hard on yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Be nice to my friend, all of you water signs. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. This is a big week with the eclipse and coming into the end of the Lionsgate portal. And, I really look forward to coming back next week, seeing where you're at. Let me know. I'd love to hear any comments to see how any of this applies to your own life. And anyway, have a great rest of your week. I hope it is meaningful and impactful and joyous, and just enjoy having your fun life. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. Bye. Wow.